probably one of my most requested videos of all time. Okay, literally no matter what I put on, whether it's a show, a vlog, the Shetlands jumping, all anyone seems to want in the comments is a yard tour. So as a lot of you guys will know, we are lucky enough to have our own yard at home here with us. So we're not based on a livery yard, we now have our own yard, so we're very, very lucky. And I just wanted to say at the beginning of the video that literally everything equestrian on our property we have built from the ground up. Like, nothing was here when we first came apart from this one building, which is the first building that I am going to show you. So we have worked really, really hard in order to make this yard that functions. And I mean, it wasn't designed to have 18 horses on it, so there's a lot of stable blocks just like dotted around in places and stuff, because obviously we started out with just Dreamer, and then we had like Dreamer, Timmy and Bob, and we never expected to have more than 3 horses in at a time, and now we have 18, so the yard has had to be really adjusted and stuff, which I'm sure you'll see as we go along. But basically I'm just gonna take you around the yard, show you everything. I've taken a few drone shots, but I can't promise that they will work because I have no idea how to use the drone. As you can see by my outfit, British summer has arrived. So I apologize for my explosive hair and weird outfit. It is so hot here in Britain right now, and I know in foreign countries everywhere you guys are just gonna be like, what are you on about? It's like 50 degrees here and I'm dying. It's about 16 degrees here and everyone's having a meltdown, okay? The reason I haven't actually filmed this video before, because as I said, it's been requested for so long, so I bet some of you are thinking, why haven't you filmed this yet? I have been putting this video off for so long, guys. If any of you own a yard of your own, or just have like a little bit of a bigger space on a livery yard, or just more than a few horses, you will know that your yard isn't always looking tidy, okay? We've worked on so many different projects on our yard over the years, and we continue to like set little projects in different areas all the time. There's always something going on, and I guess I've always thought in my head like, oh, I'll film it when the yard's done. I want everyone to see it like when it's completely finished and everything's done and everything's where we want it. But the truth is, like, we're always gonna have these little projects going on here there to try and make it better, to try and make our lives a bit easier with 18 horses. I wanted you guys to see it perfect. Like, I wanted everything to be perfectly in order, but it isn't, and that's not the truth. So we're just gonna be looking around how my yard looks on a day-to-day basis. I haven't done any spectacular cleaning, anything special for you today. Sorry. So this is just how the yard looks every day. I've never lied to you guys about anything, and I don't plan on starting now, so you're just gonna see it how it is, and if you don't like it, there's the door. So this is the original block. So on this side we've got Bob's stable, Madge's stable, and Harry's stable is behind me. So we have lived at this property for a good 60 years, I think. So we've been here a long time, and this was a building that was here when we first came here. Obviously a long time, I'm not 60, so it was a long time before I was here. This was just, I think this was a pigsty to begin with, and then it was converted into a garage. You can kind of see where the bricks are like different, like here. So that's where the garage door was. You can see it a bit more clearly from inside. So you can see the very like different bricks there. So that's where the big garage door was. This is Bob's stable. And then we did have a brick wall, but it only came up to sort of like there. So obviously when we got Harry, that was no good. So this is Harry's stable. So it's the same length, obviously, but it's slightly narrower than the other two. This stable was made in a day. We had to rush so much to make this stable. Basically, anyone who knows Harry will know that she is a pain in the backside. And when she first came, she was in a stable around the other side that I'll show you in a minute. But it rained that day, and that stable around there was new at the time, and it hadn't got a gutter on yet. So some water, it was only like a light shower, and a little bit of water went on the like concrete in front of the stable, and it completely like freaked her out, so she wouldn't leave that stable. And when I eventually got her out, she wouldn't go back in. It was like 7:30 at night, it was nearly dark, and we were looking for somewhere frantically to get her into a stable, and she would only go into Madge's stable there. So then Madge had to go into the other stable, which she nearly kicked the door down. So then we realized we only had a day to get Harriet reacquainted into a new stable. So that was fun. So then at the moment, this is my feed room, and I'll sort of talk you through the projects we have going on at the moment as we go. So it's looking pretty mucky at the moment. And it's also serving as like Harry, Bob and Madge's rugs too. Pretty like basic. We have the feed balls on there, a few herbs, medicines and things on the top, a towel, and then that's their feed chart. So this hasn't been changed in ages. They're really not getting much food at all at the moment because the spring grass has just come through, but that's their feed chart and all the different things that they get. So the feed room's not that like interesting, but pretty soon we are getting a rug room, which is very exciting, and I'll show you where that's gonna go in a minute. We have it, but it's just not up yet. It's basically like a massive shed. We're gonna have it all shelved out so that we can put like all the rugs in there, and then I can have this as my sole feed room, and I'm gonna take all these rug racks down and stuff and have like a unit top across the back of this room, so I can make the dinners and stuff on there. But yeah, it's quite small in here. It's not ideal when we've got so many horses, especially in the winter when they all get like a meal and stuff. It's not so bad now when they're not eating as much, but it's a bit of a pain later on. So then if we make our way round the corner, we come to the next set of stable blocks. You guys might recognize this stable block from my equestrians versus non-equestrians video of me lobbing buckets over the doors. These are Evie, Nero, Vanti and Ziggy's stables. I'm trying to like point as I talk. These are the first blocks I come to because the house, you see that white house in the background? That's our house. This is my tack room, and on the edge here we have a hot water shower. So this is fairly, I say it's new, we've had it for like 3 years, but my dad's only just actually put it in. So that's the hot water shower. It's run by a gas bottle, so that's a giant gas bottle that powers it. And yeah, that's basically that. It feels so weird. Like, this is such a requested video for you guys, yet this is so boring for me because I'm just walking around like, here's a stable that I see every day. This is Evie's stable. So she has a nice straw bed, and then she can look through there and see Nero, obviously. That's just where she had a salt lick hanging up that she just ate in like 5 minutes. So yeah, that's pretty much Evie's stable. And then this is the famous Nero's stable. He normally has more shavings than that, but I'd nearly run out, so he only got to have half a bed max this morning, but he has enough for tonight, so that's good. A tack locker, and his Vanti stable. So I like Vanti and Wig's stable, because they were actually like, they were the cheapest stables we've ever bought, but I love that it has this massive grill so they can really like see each other and socialize. And there's Ziggy's bed, so that's Ziggy's stable. So Ziggy loves this stable because he can see just like off onto the driveway. So I don't know if you guys can see, but up there, if you can see that first set of windows above that little roof. So that is where my bedroom is. That's my bedroom right there. So I can actually see Ziggy on a morning when I wake up. I always look out and his little face is sticking out over this door looking back at me. So I will just show you guys where the new rug room is gonna go because we are so excited to get that in. And I really wanted to film this when the rug room is already done, but it's not gonna be done for another couple of weeks, and you guys wanted to see this, so I thought I'd just film it now. So at the side of Evie's stable, we've got this little gap, and then obviously we have like a little gap at this side as well, but we're gonna take one of these, like this rough looking kind of tree here out, and then we'll be able to come down this walkway, and the door will be here. There's actually 2 doors, so we'll have one here and then one behind the, like, just like off the other side of the tack room, and our rug room will be here. So yeah, as we head down the road, you can obviously see the arena now and the barn, and that's my little arena hut, but it's currently serving as the rabbit house. Some of you guys that follow me on Instagram will know that I have 2 little bunny rabbits who lived in the house in the darkest of winter days with me, but now they live in the arena house, and I'll show you Olaf now. He's outside.
Hi, little Olaf.
He is literally wild. He's insane.
Olaf. You alright, buddy? Hi, Olaf. You okay, bud?
This is the arena. It is 25 by 45, and it's been here for about 3 years now, I think, 3.5 years. The arena is literally the best thing we have ever done in terms of like horse projects and stuff. I think I have some videos somewhere from what this space where the arena is now looked like before there was an arena here. If I do, I will post them now up here. So it was literally just this field that had like these big like land drains in, so you were riding over like that, and it had these weird little trees that never actually grew that were like in the middle of it, but they were like tiny. They were literally like up to here on me, and yeah, they were pretty useless. They never actually grew, and they were always in the way when I was riding. I used to like weave in and out of them and stuff. So coming out of the arena now, we come to another block of stables here, and that's a little tack room. So that's Macy and Rue and Dreamer's tack room, and this is Macy, Rue and Dreamer's stable. So Macy and Rue live in this stable, and then this is Dreamer's stable. So he has a nice bed too. And then if you turn round, we can see the barn. So this barn has literally been a dream of ours for so long. We've always dreamt of putting a barn in. And last year, we finally did it. It was finished in November, I think. So not that long ago at all. So this is the barn, and it looks even bigger from here than like I can. It's enormous, guys. Like this is literally, this does not do it justice. Yeah. Quite a tip in here at the moment, not gonna lie. But here we go. So this is the barn. So as I said, it's always been a massive dream of ours to put in the barn, and we are so glad we finally managed to do it. So I will show you some of the things that are in the barn and stuff, and yeah, and then we'll move on. So this contraption here we call the Dingbat because it has the Dingbat written on it. And this is probably one of my favorite vehicles because it makes our lives so much easier. We've only had this since like November, I think, as well. So it's essentially just a quad bike with a cage on the back, but as you can see, we use the cage to put the straw in, so we've got fresh straw in there. So I drive this to my stables every morning so that I can take fresh straw out the back, and then on the sides we can hang nets. Obviously these are empty, they're to fill, but on the morning we can hang the nets off the sides on these little things. So it's really easy to deliver the nets to the horses every morning, because obviously the barn isn't exactly like next door to all of the stables. Like Dreamer's pretty close there, like he's very close, but the others are way over there. So yeah, it's really, really handy having this little vehicle. Then the next thing you see is the tractor. So we've had this tractor for years now. It's just an old tractor, I don't even know what it is, but we just obviously use that for like emptying the muck trailer. Dad lifts like straw and hay off the trailer and stuff with it when we go and pick some up from our supplier. So yeah, that's just a tractor. We use it for various things. If anyone gets stuck anywhere, we use it to pull them out. Some of you guys won't have seen one of these before, and I literally never knew they existed. But last year we were lucky enough to get one of these. This is a Predator Lynx, which is a giant poo hoover. We haven't had this long, but essentially it has this big arm on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. And like, you just, when there's a poo, you like put that on and it sucks the poo up like a massive hoover into there. And then it just like tips and empties, so it's for poo picking the fields. I literally never thought that these existed, but since we've got the 18 horses, as you can imagine, it's really hard to find the time after you've mucked out 18 stables to then go into 18 fields and poo pick all of them every day. Like, that is very difficult. So what we tend to do is a couple of times a week we go in with this and we just hoover up the poos. It's a lot easier. I wouldn't say it takes like masses less time. It's a really good machine, but it's not like, it doesn't just immediately suck it all up. Like, it does take a little bit of time, but it's obviously less strenuous and like on you physically with this. So we're really pleased with it. So then we have our little quad bike. So this is our like Speedy Gonzales quad bike. I can harrow the arena with this. This can tow like water butts and stuff, and it's got the tow bar on so it can tow anything. It's very powerful. That's essentially all I know about it. It's just a basic quad bike essentially. So here we have our big lorry. So this is a 12 tonner and we've had this for a few years now, 2 or 3 years. No, not that long, 2 years. And it takes 4 horses, despite the fact that it has 5 windows. I'm not going to show you inside because we'll save that for another day. Comment down below if you want to see a lorry tour. So this one is my little blue lorry. I'm allowed to drive this. I don't have my HGV license to drive the big lorry, but I do have my normal license so I can drive this. This is a 3.5 tonner, so it takes 2 full-size horses. I think it's open. Yeah, so this is what I'm traveling around in at the moment. So you can see like my show jacket is in here and stuff. We're going to a show tomorrow actually, so you will see this in the vlog that we do tomorrow. So then at the back of the barn, we have the unfinished horse walker. Some of you guys will remember I mentioned in Vlogmas, I think, that we were getting a horse walker in soon for the horses to walk on. Obviously we're into the nicer weather now, so the horses are going out anyway, so they're not needing to come in and exercise. But I know people have very mixed opinions on horse walkers and stuff and how good they are and whether they're good for the horses or not. And it's literally just here so that in winter, guys, when we're mucking them out, when they're like in and the weather's all like horrible and terrible, the horses can like come out here in the morning while we muck them out just for like 15 minutes while we muck that like block out. And then they can go back in and at least they've had a leg stretch if the worst comes to worst and it's really horrible weather. So we're back down at Harry's block down here. So if oh, that's another entrance to the yard up from the house. So that's like straight down. I'll show you. You know how everyone has that one place on a yard that is literally a dump site? We ain't going in there. So then we have our muck heap and wheelbarrow parking lot and outdoor toilet, you know, for when we can't be bothered to go to the house. Is it just me that pees outside sometimes? Good outdoor pee. This is so weird. So then this is the other block of stables. I'm so confused as to where we are right now. So this is where we're keeping the Shetlands at the moment, the other Shetlands. So I showed you Macy and Rue. We have 2 sets of Shetlands that are living down here at the moment. So this is our spare stable at the moment. So we just got some Shetland rugs in there. And then this is where Mist and Tiny are staying. So we have a smaller door on here, and Mist and Tiny live in this stable. And then Dolly and Diddy live in this end stable. So that's Dolly and Diddy's stable. And then we have this little tack room on the end, which is basic. I think it's got some straw in there at the moment because we were going to put some Shetlands in there the other day. Yeah, it's got a little bit of straw in. But this is a tack room essentially. I need to get that straw out now because they're not actually coming in here, but obviously if they were, we would have halved the door, guys. We're not just gonna lock them in the dark. But no, we were gonna have to make an alteration the other day, but it didn't come to it in the end, so that's why there's a bit of straw in here. But Don't worry, we don't lock our Shetlands in dark rooms to think about what they've done wrong. So then next, I will show you guys the paddocks at this side of the road. Basically where we live, we have like a really, really quiet lane in front of the house, and at the other side, we've got some land at that side of the road as well. So this is like the day turnout for our horses. So if they're just coming out for the day or for a few hours or something, they come into one of these fields, which I will show you now. This is essentially the fields at this side of the road. So we have that field that Harry's in. Harry is coming to say hello. Hi, baby. How you doing? Are you beautiful? Yeah. So we don't own any of that land over there. That actually used to be a livery yard. Oh my god, I'm falling off the fence. Oh my god, I'm balancing on the fence, guys, and it ain't going too well. So yeah, that's not our land at the other side, like at the back of the barn. So we have a field there, I don't know if you can see it, and then there's Harry's field. I think there's 10 fields over here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 fields over here. So these 3 are the really small fields. There are recovery paddocks. Harry is obviously in recovery at the moment, so she is in the bigger recovery paddock because she's learned to chill. They basically move up the recovery paddock ranking. So that one where Macy and Rue are there, so that's Rue and Macy. That one is the tiny recovery field, and then this one is the slightly bigger recovery field, and then that one's the bigger recovery field, and then they move into a nicer size field after that. So in that one, I don't know if you can see, but in that field we have Bob and Ziggy. Then after, in the next field, we have Tiny, Diddy. Wait, who's who? I can't even see from here. That's Tiny, that's Dolly, that's, what's his face? Diddy. Can't even remember the names of my own horses. And that's Miss, there, the little grey one. And that other grey thing at the back, that's little Vanty. And then that's Dreamer, there, right there. Let me flick Harry. Go on, Harry. And there's Madge. That's where the Shetlands live. So I think that's pretty much nearly it for this side of the road. Oh, we have to show you where Timmy and Tiffin live. You can kind of see them from here. Sarah! Do a cartwheel. Do it, yes. Yes! This is the garden. As you can see, we're like shed hoarders. We have sheds everywhere, don't we, Sarah? How many sheds do we have, Sarah? Quiz. Count the sheds.
There's something like 11, isn't there?
I think so. So this is where Timmy and Tiffin live, as you can see. Wow. Oh my god. Shall I go and like run into the treehouse, then go down the fire escape thing?
Oh my god.
And like freak Timmy out. There you go. It's filming now. I think you're supposed to let go. Hello you guys, so it is now a couple of days later from filming that video. I'm just editing it now. Looking back on the edit, I feel like I wasn't really my usual bubbly self. Maybe you guys didn't notice, but I just feel like I wasn't quite the same as I normally am. Maybe that's just me like overreacting and stuff, but I have been really stressed like in the time that I was filming this video with Harriet. A few of you guys will know off Instagram that I've been talking about Harriet. She's had a few issues recently and it's really stressed me out, but it's all clear now and it's all fine, and I'm going to talk about it very soon in my next vlog on Tuesday. Just in case any of you noticed why I wasn't quite as like bubbly as usual and stuff, I think it was just the stress really getting to me. I am fine, and maybe you didn't even notice, but I just feel like I wasn't quite myself in this video. Nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry it wasn't the best yard tour ever. I didn't have anyone until later on when Sarah got there to help me like film, no one to like follow me around with the camera. I didn't have a tripod. I literally just had my camera and myself. So it's kind of in like a vlogging style, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified every time I post a new video, you can ring that little bell as well, which will be next to the subscribe button. As I said, I will be posting again on Tuesday with a very special video explaining exactly what's been happening with Harriet and stuff as well, because I know a lot of you don't know yet either. And I also filmed a very funny video with Sarah the other day as well, on the same day as this yard tour, in which we attempted to do equestrian yoga. So that will be interesting. So that should be up mid this next coming week as well. But yeah, for now, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon with another video. Love you lots!